All right, you're live. It says I'm live. I had scheduled this just because I was having issues trying to schedule the live in the YouTube studio. So I put the time out to 12:45, but knowing full well that I was just going to do the live straight away. So I don't know how it's showing or displaying. If people, by the time you get to this, especially those that are kind enough to follow the channel and have been jumping in on a lot of lives lately, um, if you see it. Then yeah, I've started it. It's about 12 o'clock now on a beautiful Saturday. There's plenty of sun coming through once again. It's been a great way to start the day, getting some movement and stuff done earlier this morning. And yeah, had a few thoughts along the way prior to heading out and pounding the pavement, so to speak. And some of that stuff is stemmed around what I've tried to put in the title of this live video in terms of, you know, less focus on the monetization and more focus on content creation is the thought that comes to mind. And a few reasons for that, which I'll share today. One, I felt like a bit of a celebrity today. Bumped into a person while I won't mention the name because I didn't let the person know that I would mention our encounter this morning. I don't know the person; is just a complete stranger. This has happened to me. It's happened to me once in Pukekohe since I've been back here in NZ. When I was coming out of the Mitre 10, there was a fella there that called out and said, "Oh, are you Joe Hortai?" So he had been following my channel when I was doing the Epic Outdoor podcast with my brother-in-law at the time. So there was him. The other time that it happened was since I've been down here in Wellington at Te Rauparaha at the arena in the sauna. There was a fella there who's at the police college, going through police college. He's probably finished now. This was last year sometime. Who again asked me, that seems to be the line, "Are you Joe Hortai?" I think I said to him at that time, I said, "What are you? Who are you, the police?" And he said, "Oh, well, I am going through police college." But yeah, had a good chat with him. The third time that I can recall was here just at the Altair Woolworths or Countdown, I think it was at that time. Again, just a random who asked me, or actually, no, he didn't ask me if I was Joe Horta that time. He just come up and said, hey, I follow your channel. So, so that was interesting. And then the fourth time was today. So out on a bit of a hikoi, pounding the pavement, getting some blood flow and a little bit of a sweat up and bumped into this fella and got to talking. This person is looking at, they're on social media, but they're looking at wanting to, and this is where I suppose the idea for this live came from. They're wanting to, and they're asking me how I got started. How long did it take me to monetize? So that question really stuck in my head on my conversation this morning with this person. Well, for the time that we caught up anyway. And any tips, that was the other one, like any tips that I might have had in terms of being able to get to that stage or monetizing a channel sooner rather than later. And I just thought, man, that's interesting because I've seen a lot of videos on my feed fairly recently, people from all walks of life and different stages of life, different ages. I've seen some old people. I've seen people that are older, middle-aged people, young people, videos that are talking about how to get monetized in 3 days and 8 days and 17 days and everything in between. And that's cool, like awesome for them, like people that have had success and been able to monetize their channel and all that sort of stuff. That's great. But I think, what I shared with the guy this morning, for the time that when we caught up, was I don't know that that's the right headspace to be going into creating content or doing social media for, if you know what I mean. I just think that it's going to be harder. I honestly think that a person will quit doing social media if they are going into it with the intention of, oh man, I want to be monetized in this amount of time, and I want to be making this amount of money in this amount of time. Don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think if people are looking to go into anything, whether it's starting a business, whether it's doing content creation, whatever, I think it's nice to have a plan, for sure, and have some goals and landmarks or whatever KPIs, dare I say, for those that are that way inclined, to measure how you're progressing and to use that as reference points so that you can reflect on what did you do well, what did you do so well, that stop, start, continue sort of process. Nothing wrong with that. Like, that's cool. I guess for me, reason why I say if people go into doing something like social media based on the conversation that I had this morning, um, is from my bias. Like, that's not why I got into it. Um, and because of that, I think for me personally, that's why I found it so much more enjoyable. That's why I've been, uh, dare I say, being so much more relaxed about it all, if that makes sense. So it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. If and when I do reach the monetization aspect of the YouTube channel, which I've been fortunate to do, then it's just a bonus. It's just an added, dare I say, cherry on the top. And with that mindset, at least for me, it's helped from the perspective of I don't need to or haven't been chasing a specific monetary figure, if that makes sense. And that, I could be wrong. Like, there may be people, probably smarter business people, looking at it and going, well, that's the wrong approach. You should be taking on board social media and treating it like a business, which I've seen a lot of that sort of content as well. And obviously there's a lot of validity in that and plenty of successful people out there doing that. But I also think people have got their own journey and their way about doing things. And mine, don't get me wrong, anybody, I think, including me, is not going to refuse money if people were handing out money, or if you could just instantly make a whole bunch of money in a short period of time, right? But I, as I think I've shared in other videos, well, I know I've shared in other videos, for me, YouTube and content creation isn't a get rich quick work system or method. Maybe it is, and maybe it can be for other people that go into it with that type of mindset, but it certainly isn't for me. And that was never the case with regards to me stepping into doing YouTube, like, and doing content creation. I enjoyed talking with people, so the podcast was, evidence of that. Um, some of the topics, and dare I say, some of the people that I may have been speaking to initially may have been getting a bit concerned with regards to from that SF space, which is fair enough. Okay, that's all good. Um, but then finding and knowing that, like, I enjoy this content creation thing, stopped that part of it for reasons which I've spoken about in other videos, but it never left. It's like, I would love to do this thing. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, doing it because I enjoy it, because it certainly does give me a whole another level of freedom, and enjoyment to be able to get up, do the things that I want to do, sort myself out first, get cleaned up, then get into looking at the content that I want to make for the day, or sit around, what do I want to yap about today? What videos do I want to react to? What interviews do I want to react to? Who do I want to reply to? um, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's there's a lot of freedom in it for me personally, anyway. Um, we'll get to answering questions that have come through about which I spoke about with the guy this morning when he was asking, "Oh, so how much money do you make with regards to your channel?" And I've shared this in other videos. It's bugger all, like truck all. Don't get me wrong; it's better than a poke in the eye. It's literally just a few $100s a month that come into the account, so it's a monthly payment. I don't have any sponsorship deals. I don't have any brand deals. Nothing like that. Um, and that's all good. Like, that stuff, hopefully one day, as I progress in this journey and as I find more and more things that I'm enjoying about content creation, stuff will pop up, which is awesome. Actually, what I should have mentioned, again, shout out, not sponsored by, but to the crew, Joe Hadaweda and the Waimanuka crew, waimanuka.co.nz. Go check them out. New Zealand's premium non-alcoholic sparkling honey and lemon beverage. Get free shipping anywhere across Aotearoa with discount code NZDF. Look at that. Get you some of that stuff. It does taste good. Closed here because, like I said, I'm not going to be blinking sculling these back every single day. Got the 750ml bottle and a 300ml bottle there, and the 250ml can. So if you're that way inclined, then get yourself some. But yeah, not sponsored by them, so go straight to them. I don't have any special discount links. The NZDF is the free shipping one, which Joe let me know and said I could mention that. And so there I am mentioning that to support one of the bros that I served in battalion with. But so yeah, literally only well, shouldn't say only, like I don't say that disrespectfully or ungratefully. Like I'm grateful that sometimes it's a few extra dollars more than what it was last month, you know. And I was fortunate to that my channel reached the YouTube partnership program requirements or parameters after just sort of a few months, or maybe it was less than a few months, maybe it was a month and a half or something like that. Can't remember exactly, but that was surprising. But I don't know that. Well, apparently there's a number of people out there much smarter than me who are able to teach and have reached monetization with their channels in much quicker times than what I have. So more power to them, and that's awesome. But for me, from my perspective, with regards to um, getting into social media, I think if you focus more so on just creating the content that you like and that you enjoy, monetization will come. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. You know, I can't say if it's going to be because of a viral video or clip. I don't think I have any viral videos or clips. It's just been steady as she goes, enjoying what I'm doing, and then putting the content up. So that's my heavily biased take with regards to doing social media and creating content. I didn't recommend to this person who's already on social media, by the way. So the person that I was speaking with is already on social media. They said that they haven't reached the requirements of the YouTube partnership program, and that they've been doing social media and YouTube for a little over a year as well. Um, they did speak about, so I've gone and subscribed to them. I won't share their channel just because I didn't ask them and they didn't ask me to. They seemed like they were coming, or that like we just crossed paths, and that they were speaking with me from the genuine perspective of what do I think they should do. And based on what I was hearing from the person and them being very focused on the YouTube partnership program and wanting to try to monetize their channel, initially I said, oh, well, I've shared some of what I've shared here. I don't think that's the right approach to go into social media with. But if that is your focus, I reckon you should go on to YouTube and look at those channels whereby there are people out there who have, I guess, cracked it, for want of a better term, and worked out how to get monetized in a shorter period of time. So I just recommended, go online, do a search. How do I get monetized in less than 30 days? Something like that. They're bound to have something pop up with a variety of different people, young, middle aged, older people who have been able to do that in short periods of time. So it was a really good conversation. They were grateful for the advice. I was just, I was humbled by by getting pulled up and being asked, "Hey, are you Joe Hortai? Is it the Go Always a Little Further channel?" And so that was quite funny for me. Like I said, it's only happened 3 other times, and today is the 4th time. Literally a handful of times, but each time, yeah, it's definitely put a smile on my face and made me just appreciate that much more, that little bit more, how much impact people can have, even a blanket hoary from Gizzy like me. So yeah, it's an awesome journey. Like I highly recommend it to anybody. Um, whether people are gonna want to do a faceless channel, whether people want to step outside their comfort zone and put their mug on camera and talk to the camera, whether you're doing reaction videos or whether you're creating your own unique original content, whether you're an arts and crafts person and you like to build things and make things, whether you're a cleaner, a landscaper, like there's just literally anything. People, whatever it is that you're into, you can find it on YouTube. It seems to me anyway. There's people that go around, which I think is amazing, that just do service for people, clean up their front yards that are just massively overgrown, do their gardens, do their landscaping and all that sort of stuff. And they don't ask for anything in return. There's people that restore antique or old things that they find that have been discarded or whatever. People that go to rubbish tips and collect things and then they go and build things and create art and whatever. It's like just mind blowing to me in terms of how innovative and creative people are. And those people that just find something, or they already knew what they liked doing and now they've just gone to social or utilizing social media in a way that it allows them to express what it is that they do, or whether that's their experience, whether that's their skill in craft making and all that sort of stuff, whether that's their skill in crafts and mechanics or carpentry or blanking, whatever it is. um, Science, brand people running their podcasts and speaking about different things, nutrition, fitness, health, well-being. There's plenty of those people going around and breaking records or doing food challenges. Just like the list is endless. I reckon if you like eating cereal all day, you could probably create a YouTube channel just on you filming yourself eating cereal. The ASMR or whatever the thing is, or just the different sounds, like literally. If somebody does come upon this live or hasn't already identified the seemingly infinite possibilities that you could use social media for, to do stuff that you actually enjoy, and document that along the way, or use it to create content, and therefore be doing something that you just love and enjoy. Far out, man. It's like the possibilities are endless. And then from that, the opportunities to do collaborations. I'm looking forward to doing collaboration with Dave, New Zealand Outdoor Blades and Bullets. So check him out. Like and comment and subscribe to him if you haven't already. Likewise, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to here. Trying to get better at asking people to do that. But anyway, Dave at New Zealand Blades and Bullets, doing a walk and talk with him. Rob Mailer, ex Royal Marine, ex Australian SASR. He's done a podcast recently on the Old Paratrooper podcast. He's going to be looking into, and I won't give it away all the details, but he's going to be looking to step into that content creation space. Sounds like it's going to be predominantly a shooting channel. So I'm looking forward to it. I was like, bro, you can teach me how to shoot again. I said, that'll be a good series. I said, it might be a long series though. But it'll be great to reconnect with that fellow when he's back here. So doing a walk and talk with him next year. But again, that's more content for my little space, because that method and that style of connecting, talking with people really resonates with me. One, you get some blood flow and moving, burn calories, so to speak, if you're that way inclined and you're somebody that counts their calories, and get to know somebody on a deeper level. And somebody like Rob, who I consider a friend, he's a bit busy at the moment with his work and stuff that he does overseas, but he has agreed he'll be back, and he has said, yeah, probably next year around April. So it's like, oh man, that's blinking ages away. But before we know it, it'll be April next year. Similarly, Jamie Pinnell, like, I'm really looking forward to connecting with that fella. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it during these school holidays just gone, because he was too busy, which is understandable. So I'll reach out to him again and try and connect. We'll try and get it done in the next lot of school holidays. But yeah, so things like that for me. Who'd have thunk you could create content, engage viewers in some of the content that you do by heading out, having a walk and talk with people, or the myriad of those other things that I just mentioned that people seem to make their content on. People going out and staying out overnight, or for several nights out in the bush with nothing but the clothes that they're wearing and a knife. It's interesting stuff. It's cool. People watch it, and people are fascinated by it, or engaged by it, I should say. And it's just, yeah, anybody that's got those thoughts, even if you're just looking to do it part-time, this has probably turned more into a pitch for people to, if you've got an inkling to want to start social media or do social media or create content, this has probably turned more into an encouragement rather than talking about focusing on content creation rather than monetization. But I think it works hand in hand. People will hopefully get the idea in terms of what it is that I'm talking about, if they didn't already have the idea beforehand. But man, you could start anywhere. I was working full time when I was doing social media stuff that I was enjoying with the Epic Alt Outdoor podcast with my brother-in-law, etc., and even just doing the training stuff, which was just predominantly burpees at that time. Working full time and then just doing that as a side gig again, because I enjoyed it. It was a nice distraction from my substantive work and roles that I was doing, and it just never left. Even when I did stop, I still missed I missed it. I missed doing social media. And so having the opportunity, things happen when they're supposed to happen. Everything happens for a reason, and the timing of things. And although, like I shared, I really enjoyed and was very fulfilling work in that reintegration space, I would have gladly continued doing it. But things happen for a reason with regards to family dynamics and situations and that sort of thing that are sometimes outside of our control. And when you need to prioritize stuff that happens and or that pops up, you either prioritize it or you don't. And you live with the results. And so thankfully for me, like, the results of those and making a decision to prioritize other things has led to me having the opportunity to just go, you know what, I'm just going to go all in on YouTube, social media, or YouTube being the main platform that I use. Time to time, I'm on Instagram and post stuff and that on there, but not that often. I've even got a TikTok account. Oh, that's the amazing thing. Started the TikTok account, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. 0 followers. I just had a look recently. I think there was like 107 followers on there. Again, it's blinking surprising to me. I mean, it's nothing spectacular by any means, but just again, like a pleb, a blinking hoary like me from the East Coast, you can start whatever it is that you want to start in the social media space, it seems to me. And slowly but surely things will tick along. So yeah, if you're into making money and if you're wanting to make money in a short period of time, I wouldn't say YouTube is the pathway. I think that's something. I think it's a much longer pathway in terms of making money. I think those as well that are monetized. Not that I've sat down and watched full videos of those, but I don't know if they go into talking about, like, they've reached the monetization thresholds. The what is it, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours or whatever to be eligible for the program. But that, again, that doesn't mean that you're making money every month. You still then have to reach the minimum requirement for the minimum monthly requirement from YouTube before you'll get a payment. So if you haven't reached it, say I didn't reach it for this month or last month, you don't receive the money that's sitting in there in your that you can see in your back end studio. Or it's not an exact amount in your YouTube studio when you're looking at it. It's a rough estimate of what you could expect. But if it hasn't reached the threshold that YouTube has, then you're not getting that $50 or $80 or that $90 or whatever it is for that month. You got to wait until you reach the minimum threshold, and then you'll receive that payment of whatever it is. So I want to say, I could be wrong. This is how little I look at the back end in terms of the analytics and the pay. I'm just stoked when I look, and then once a month, usually between the 22nd and 20, usually between the 21st maybe and the 25th. That's usually when the payment goes in. I'd have to go back and have a look at the account. That's usually when the payment goes in, and I've never worried about going to have a look to see if I reached the threshold. So that's why I'm not 100% sure. I think, and I want to say, I think the minimum threshold is $100 US, or it's $130 US. It's one of those two. I'm not too sure. Either way, if you don't reach that minimum threshold, then you don't get money into your account. So hence why I say I've been fortunate. Like, it's not life-changing money, it's not retirement money. It's not like go quit your job and do YouTube full time, get to the YouTube partnership program and then think, yes, I've made it. I can blink and retire. That's not what it is at all. Like, it's literally, like I've shared, I've been fortunate. I get a few $100s each month since I've been fortunate to be eligible for the YouTube program. And that's awesome. Like, for me, like, that's cool. Better than a poke in the eye. And slowly over time, I've seen that fluctuate. I've seen it be higher some months and I've seen it be lower, but still somehow managed to reach the minimum threshold. And then what I've seen, probably more so the last, I want to say probably near this, maybe around February, March from this year, what I have seen personally, which has been cool too, is there's been sort of steady incremental increase or growth from that perspective in terms of ad revenue, because the money that I get through the YouTube program is predominantly the ad revenue stuff. Some of it I get a percentage from the memberships that people are kind enough, those that have joined up or signed up as members. And so there's part of that as well. But when people are paying the like the $2 membership or whatever it is, I think the channel supporter $1.99 or whatever I've got it as, like I still only get a percentage of that. I think I get 70% of that $1.99, and then the 30%, or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not sure. Either way, I get a percentage. You're not getting, with channel memberships, you're not getting the full amount. So those are the two in terms of how my channel, I suppose, currently um, generates money. It's through the ads that are placed on my videos and I select monetize my videos for the most part, and then the channel memberships. So those two things. So yeah, those that are looking at, and like the conversation that I had with the fellow this morning, if you're looking at the YouTube partner program as a means of like, yes, I'm monetized, so now the money's going to roll in. It's not. That's not how it works. So, well, at least not in my case. So those, I could be wrong. If you do that search and you come across people that are teaching people how to get monetized in less than a week or the less than 30 days or whatever, maybe theirs is completely different. Maybe they are straight to brand deals and sponsorships and making thousands and thousands of dollars every month. Maybe there is a pathway and a plan for people to be able to do that in that short of compressed, condensed amount of time. But I am definitely not. And so but it was just interesting to me, the conversation, the stuff that I've seen on my feed, and the opportunity for me to have that chat with the person this morning. And I thought, oh man, this guy's more than likely not alone in his thoughts in terms of how do I get monetized, and asking me how I got monetized and how long did it take me. And like I said, that was never the focus or the goal. I am fortunate. I do think it took me less than 2 months actually, if I think long enough and hard enough. Started the channel on the 15th of March. I think I was eligible for monetization by and or around Anzac Day, which is the following month. But I don't think I started. I didn't join, like I didn't officially join. I became eligible for the YouTube Partner Program around April, I want to say, or nearing the end of April. But I didn't join the YouTube Partner Program and start to run ads and stuff on my videos until I want to say June. So another nearly couple of months after I had already reached the eligibility criteria. So I had somehow magically got to over 1,000 subscribers and um, had had more than the well over the 4,000 minimum watch time hours, which was the requirement then. I think there's a whole bunch of changes that are happening as of next year. Um, but yeah, so I was fortunate in that sense. But again, I didn't like, yes, I've made it, I'm eligible, I'm gonna accept it now. It was probably, I reckon it was June, around about June, middle of June, where I then went, okay, I'm gonna accept this and join the YouTube Partner Program, set up the Google AdSense thing that I needed to set up so that YouTube knew where to send the payments to and all that sort of thing. So that took another couple of months after reaching the eligibility criteria. But yeah, each to their own. I mean, if that's what you're wanting to do and that's what you're going into this with, then blink and massive respect, like attack it, go all in and blink and give it heaps. If you can't go all in and do it full time, but you can do it part time, again, blink and wishing you all the best, with regards to stepping into the social media space. It has its ups and downs. The beauty that the good thing that I like about it for me, apart from the freedom, is that I can pick and choose content that I want to do, for one. The other part is that I get sent a whole bunch of stuff as well from kind followers of the channel, or maybe even people that may not necessarily follow the channel, but they from time to time have stumbled upon my stuff. And even those people will send through content at times or links for me to do a reaction to. So that's mostly what my channel is, reacting to stuff that has already either been done or interviews that have been conducted or footage that we're looking at. Like, if people go and have a look on my channel, they'll see the most of my stuff is reaction stuff, with sometimes me sprinkling in some training videos from time to time, and or me just yapping away about, like now, about different things. But the other parts that I love about just being able to do content creation, social media, is the ability to, you don't have to look very hard. Like, I don't have to look very hard to find things to talk about or react to or do a Q&A on, or yeah, there's just heaps. Like the walk this morning, my movement this morning, and having the encounter with the person that I met with this morning is what led to this video. So having that conversation, going, oh man, yeah, I remember seeing some of these videos pop up on my feed. Exactly what he's asking me about. How did I get monetized so quick? Like, any tips that I've got with regards to getting monetized, um, and or what I should do. How did you figure out what content you were going to do? Actually, that's another one. I did speak with him about that. I was like, bro, if you go back and have a look at some of my earlier videos, I had no idea what I was going to do on this new channel. Like, I can't remember some of the earlier stuff that I was doing. I think I remember I did an imitation of Jocko Willink one time, just his voice. That was because somebody said, "Oh, you should," and somebody, that same person, I should say, also said you should do an impression of David. Try and do an impression of David Goggins. Go running around with their shirt off down the street, and then looking in the camera side on, and then yelling and cussing away, giving stay hard advice to people. Um, like, respect to David Goggins and Jocko Willink. The Jocko Willink one, I haven't done a David Goggins one. Don't know that I will. Um, but yeah, I had no idea is where I was going with that. Like, in terms of, oh, what am I going to do on this channel? And I don't think you need to have a real clear picture of what it is that you're going to do. You just need to be consistent and have the courage to keep turning up and trying to get better, and you'll figure it out. You will soon figure it out along the way. So the epiphany moment for me and figuring out, or I use that term, figuring it out, figuring things out, because I'm still figuring things out. But the epiphany moment for me, or light bulb, was when I saw a reaction video of a couple, pretty sure it was must have been a husband and wife. They were reacting to a military video. I can't even remember what it is now. I wish I could remember. That's part of the history of my channel. But I remember this part anyway. This couple had no military experience at all. They were reacting to a military video. Actually, it might have been the part of Black Hawk Down or something like that. Might have been a movie. I know it was something to do with the military anyway, because I think that's what caught my interest, the thumbnail and the imagery of military type stuff. And then I saw the title after, and then I saw that it was a reaction. I was like, oh, okay. So I clicked on it. And when they were speaking, I was like, oh, wow, these people are, they've got no idea about military tactics or strategy. They haven't served. They've been open about that. They're just sitting down, giving their opinion and sharing their thoughts, like what I do, on this thing, this activity, this military type activity that they don't have any experience in. Then I thought, made me think and go, oh man, I reckon I could do that. I reckon I could do reaction videos to probably predominantly military stuff and try to weave in some of my understanding or perspective on what it is that I'm seeing, hearing, etc., as I watch these videos. And so that was the catalyst for me to start going down the rabbit hole that I'm in now and doing reaction videos to military stuff, which is, since then, it's led to reactions to politics. It's led to reactions to law enforcement stuff that's happened, reactions to probably a whole bunch of other things which I can't think of right now, but those two stand out. It's led to me doing Q&As, responding to Q&As that have come through. So some of those Q&As have come through on the back end of reaction videos that I've done, and or dare I say, original content that I've done whereby I've shared some of my story, and then from that, Q&As have come from that. So it's just opened up this, I suppose, this spider web of different things and places that I can go on this channel, which has been cool. Who knows what's next? Like, I do enjoy training and that sort of thing. Who knows what's next in terms of being able to, do some training with other people or whatever. People that will likely be far more capable than I am, but just, or doing certain other different challenges as part of what other organizations, like what Blink and Magnus does, like that. That's cool. What he does, what he's done, going around. Yeah, like that stuff interests me. It's not like I'm desperate to go out and do any of that sort of stuff. But it does interest me if an opportunity came up to do something like that. And I have been looking into and was looking into, not recently, but was looking into and reached out to a few places to get a bit of an insight and say, hey, would it be all right? Didn't really hear back. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. And that's another one of the, I think for me, beautiful aspects about doing social media is that if you don't get a response or you don't get a hit, then that's all good. Like you just carry on and either doing what you're doing or you find the next thing. So it's just, yeah, the freedom aspect of it, the enjoyment of it, the fact that you can find inspiration to create content from anywhere, literally out of nothing. If you want, the fact that you can create content on whatever it is that you enjoy or are passionate about, whether you want to show your mask on camera like I do, or whether you just want to show your hands on camera, making and doing things. Um, yeah, just the opportunities seem fairly limitless for now, anyway. With the integration, obviously, of AI and that sort of thing, I personally think um, the more authentic approach, seeing real people doing actual stuff, whether it's just sitting down talking about things, whether it's reacting to things, whether it's actually going out and doing hands-on physical things, not just from a training perspective, but building things or whatever it is, that type of content and footage which isn't AI driven. Yeah, I think that's probably, I don't know if it's more engaging, but I'd say that it's always going to have an audience. I don't think everybody's hardwired to just wanting to see AI generated stuff. Um, as efficient as that may be, and you see lots of videos of people utilizing an AI to create these multiple streams of income systems and social media channels and accounts, good for them. But again, like for me personally, hence why I may be deemed behind the eight ball in comparison to other YouTube content creators. I prefer putting my energy and time into doing the things that I want to do and putting myself on camera, warts and all, blinking mistakes, fumble through my words, give a reaction to something where I think this is what I would do, only to find out that Lincoln Eck, that's not what that person would do and or would have done. An example of that was my live reaction to Wayne Weeks recently, talking about an article that he wrote, and he was asked a question around uh, what's his take on it? Would he recommend people to join the military? And I thought that he would. I thought that he wouldn't. Like sort of similar to me, like not encouraging but not discouraging either. If people want to do it, then that's what they want to do. Lo and behold, after as soon as I said those words and I hit play again, he said, "Yeah, I'd always encourage people to to join the military." I was like, "Well, I got that completely wrong," but he did say if they were that way inclined, if they had that inclination, I think was the word that he said. If they had the inclination to join, he would always encourage them to do that. And I think maybe from that perspective, I'd probably be similar. If people want to join, well, then obviously there's something in them that's drawing them towards whatever that thing is, military, police, Lincoln, business, whatever. So why wouldn't you encourage and or support them to go after it? But yeah, those sorts of things. That's what I like about the reaction videos too. Man, there's just more to like for me anyway. There's more to like about what I do now, not taking away from the other jobs that I've been fortunate and privileged to do. Like I said, reintegration work was extremely rewarding work for me personally, fulfilling from a personal perspective. But this is, I would say, even more fulfilling for me right now, doing content creation. And learning in the process, fumbling things along the way, like meeting some. So I have met some people that are followers of the channel, more than just those four, but those four were the ones where it's like, oh well, went back home and I was like, yep, I met another fan today. And really, there's only been four people, and I wouldn't call them fans. They're just people that have come across or watched my channel for a period of time, and yeah, they come up and wanted to shake my hand and say that they enjoyed my content, and then they had some other questions and stuff for me. So that was pretty cool, very humbling as well. But I have been fortunate to meet some of the kind supporters, followers of my channel in person. Some of those who've gone out of their way and volunteered their time to help me out, in particular in one of the Reckoning, the very first, the inaugural, first and last, it seems, Reckoning experience, 30-hour experience, which lasted less than 10 hours all up. But shout out to those two fellows that came and turned up when there were 7 that had signed up, booked, and paid for, but only 2 showed up in the end. So, yeah, man, just get to meet a lot of people, get to talk with a lot of people. For the most part, I think I've been really fortunate. The vast majority of people that I engage with and communicate with are um, seem to be, I don't can't say like-minded, but they seem to, I guess, I don't know if enjoy is the right word. They seem to watch. We'll say watch rather than enjoy. They seem to watch a fair bit and or have watched a fair bit of my content, which is cool. That's humbling too in and of itself. And then those that would take the time to subscribe to the channel is even better. There are a handful. There's a handful of people, like, I suppose, I don't know, what do you call them, haters, I suppose, that you'll get anywhere, and it is what it is. You're not gonna ever please everyone. But I think the other part about that for me as well, when you've got people that maybe don't like what it is that you do, or don't like how you come across, or how you look, or how you speak, or whatever, depending on how you're wired upstairs, that's either going to drive you even more to just keep being you and do more, and um, reap the results or the rewards of that as you go. Because maintaining the rage and continuing to be disciplined and consistent and doing what it is that you enjoy and doing it for the right reasons, sooner or later, those people that are, dare I say, negative or whatever in and around what you do, they just fall by the wayside. They just disappear into the abyss, and they carry on in their own, dare I say, their own lonely and miserable space. Maybe they're happy. Maybe that's what makes them happy, going on and trolling people's videos or whatever, or their content, because you do see that in a lot of in everybody's videos and stuff that they put out. There'll be some people in there that just absolutely despise what somebody else has done, like Sean Ryan, like Joe Rogan's, like very popular, dare I say, well-respected individuals, depending on who you're speaking to, who absolutely love what they do. And then if you have a read in some of their comments, there's just some some mega trolls in there that just are trying to slate them and trying to tear them down. It's like, well, you do you, bruz. And then while the trolls are trying to pull down those types of people, the Joe Rogans and the Sean Ryans and everybody else, they're just continuing to go up and up and up and up. And that's awesome. It's good to see. But I think, especially with some of the conversations that I've had with some people that have expressed concerns about, how do you deal with that? It's like, bro, you either have a laugh about it, or either use it for content, which is what I do. You either laugh about it, respond. So I've done some of that, or you could just flat out laugh about it, or you can ignore it, or you can do all of those things and use it for content as well. So I've got a live tonight, 6 o'clock. I've invited hemorrhoid head, hammerhead, herpes head, special head, dickhead, whatever you want to call him, to come along to the live. Haven't heard back from him. Don't know if he's going to come, but he has been. He fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. That's exactly why I put his handle in the title, so that he would go and have a look at it based on his retarded comments. His what did I call him? The defender of the cowardly cowards. And then he's put some comments in. He's actually put some quite funny comments in there as I overlook at it. What was one of the ones he put in there? Because I said to him, start your own channel. I think I was talking about that in the video. And then he put in his comment. It was quite good. He goes, I've already got my own channel. What did he say? I've hijacked this one. So I thought that was quite smart. That's very witty and comeback. So again, witty with his comeback. So that's why I've invited him to the live. He showed up to a live before, but in the comments, obviously. But that was because he wanted me to read through and react to an article that he was hell bent on me reacting to, and I did, and it didn't change anything. And it didn't prove anything either, other than he was a retarded twat who's still banging on about the same thing, and then he threw himself under the bus a bit more by saying, having the cheek to say that he's got a law degree. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. See if he joins the live. I hope he does. And then he can have he can punch away on the keyboard, which is what he's more inclined to do. But either way, if he doesn't, it's probably going to be a bit boring. Um, I don't know if I'll waste time reading through all his comments and stuff that he's put on there on the live. People can just go and have a look at it if they want to. They'll see his comments and stuff on there. I see a couple of people. Para 12, I think, has already put a comment in there. What is wrong with this truck and fool? I think he put in there. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just you can have fun with it, right? Is what I'm getting at. In any way, however you're wired upstairs, you can choose to have fun with it, or you can choose to be upset by it. You can choose to go, oh, truck this. I don't want to stay on social media now because there's too many idiots out there that are just trying to tear me down all the time, and it's not worth it, and it's affecting their mental headspace or mental health or whatever. There's definitely probably those aspects to it for a number of people. But again, it depends on your intention. Hence why I think if you're going into social media with the intent of, I want to get monetized as fast as I can so that I can start generating this income or whatever, I personally, based on the fact that that's not what I've gotten into it for, I personally think that that's a bad idea. And I don't know how successful people will be in terms of approaching social media that way. But can't say that my way is the be all and end all by any means. That's not what I'm saying. But for me, it's definitely the one that I would say gives me the most joy. Is the easiest way to put it. Makes me happy. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Um, yeah, for all of those things that I've spoken about already. So yeah, that's my take and my thoughts. Bloody hell, I should have a look, see if there's anybody in the comments or if there's anybody on the live. Let's have a look. That's what happens when you don't have your blinking live screen up, just using YouTube. And there are some comments in here. Handful Rubber Kiwi. Afternoon. Yep, afternoon to you, Poeticus. Chur, honey lemon. Honey lemon question mark. I haven't got one. Oh, yeah, honey and lemon in terms of the Waimanuka. Yep. Honey with a splash of lemon and these things. Sparkling version. Rubber Kiwi, you'll have to start watching for paparazzi soon. I think I've joked about that with my wife when we were still up in Pukekohe. Said, yeah, it'll be the paparazzi next. Jaron E, I think if you reached out to some of the larger Spec Ops YouTube channels, you would be a great guest interview and could grow your channel quite a bit. Jaron E. Yeah, thanks for that, Jaron. I appreciate that. Yeah, people have there's been a number of kind followers of my channel that have reached out to other people asking them to interview me. And that in and of itself is really humbling. But as I was talking about on the live last night, just probably because you weren't aware, Jaron, that's if you're even still on this live, is that I've shared my story 4 times that I can remember. Once with my brother-in-law on the podcast that we were doing together, once with Ryan Fugit on Combat Story, once with Damien Porter on his Straight Talk Mind and Muscle podcast. So shout out to Combat Story, Ryan Fugit, and shout out to Damien Porter, Straight Talk Mind and Muscle podcast. And then with Cameron Holmes, Layers with Cameron Holmes here in NZ. So shout out to him as well with his YouTube channel and his podcast. And I just feel like, it's a bit repetitive for me personally, and I don't know that there's much more. Like I'm pleased and proud of the service that I was able to give. I would have loved to have given more, but it is what it is, and I've spoken about that, and not only in interviews but also in separate videos on my channel, in terms of trying to download some reflections in the hope of helping some other people that may be in the military or maybe looking to go down a similar path of what I've had the privilege to do, to not make the same sort of stupid mistakes that I made. So yeah, I don't know. I've been, the old paratrooper. Shout out to the old paratrooper podcast as well, and shout out to Zero Limits podcast, who have also reached out asking to interview me. Yeah, it's just like, do I need to, share the same story 5 times, 6 times, or 7 times or more. I think the 4 that are out there and the content that I have on my channel, the Q&As that I've done, some of the reflections and videos that I've done in terms of mistakes that I've made, and hopefully some good stuff that I've been able to do as well along the way. I think there's probably enough. And so for me, although I hear what you're saying, it may potentially help the channel grow quite a bit, and probably potentially a lot quicker than what it is right now. um, I'm still super stoked, just really happy, really pleased. Can't say I'm content. I wouldn't say I'm content, although it may come across or seem like I am. I wouldn't say I'm content. I'm just very happy with where things are, and that there is a steady incremental growth or rise in terms of how my channel is progressing. And I like that from the perspective of it's organic. That's the word. So it's just seems to be organic. It's not all my cousins and all my aunties and all my uncles and the nieces and the nephews or all my children and all that sort of thing. It's not just them. It seems to be there's a variety of people from across the board, which I like, which is enough for me at this stage. And if I could continue to grow it that way, and if it takes 20 years, takes 20 years for it to continue to grow to get to wherever that is. I don't have a set number. Would it be great to be in the hundreds of thousands, or in the millions of subscribers and that sort of thing? Absolutely, 100% it would be. Do I know what it takes to get to that stage? No. What I know is what I enjoy doing, and what I enjoy doing is what I'm going to continue to keep doing. And then whatever happens from that, whatever continued growth happens from that, hopefully continued growth, and or whatever downturns or plateaus, wherever it hits at different times, it is what it is. And then that'll be the opportunity for me to learn, adapt, maybe pivot for a little bit, or maybe continue persisting, and keep driving the same type of, whether it's content or information or whatever, however people want to describe it. But I definitely appreciate the thought from you, Jaron, Jaron_E. Something for me to consider maybe later on down the track. Shout out to Jameson's Travels as well. That gentleman reached out to me a while ago as well. Said wanted to connect to have me on his channel. He does a lot of reactions and stuff. So, and I like his channel. I'm a follower of his channel. I'm a subscriber to his channel, to the Tier 1 podcast, to Sean Ryan, to Joe Rogan, like all these different podcasts, Combat Story. It's cool, because I like seeing their stuff, and their channels continue to grow too. It's been with what you're saying. That's awesome. Cool. Cheers, Craig. Anthony Goodman. Hello, Joe. How have you been doing, old mate? Been very good, my friend. Enjoying myself, and jumping on this live and having a bit of a yap away. If you're still here, that is. Oh, actually, it's showing 6. It's showing what I can see. Well, no, it's just dropped to 5. It's showing that there's 5 people on this live. Where are we? Is there a way to get in touch with you, not on the live chat, looking for a bit of guidance at the moment? Yeah, go into jdjhortai@gmail.com. But people can find that in my YouTube channel. That's if you're still on here, Anthony. In my YouTube channel, in the description, if you go to the channel in the About and you scroll down, it says view email address. You click on that, hit submit, and then my email will show up. But I've just blurted it out there for you, jdjhortai@gmail.com. Yeah, that's how a number of other people send messages, requests, get in touch with me, which I've been fortunate to work with a few people. So feel free to use that if you want to. Rubber Kiwi, if you focused on American content, you could get 5,000 hemorrhoid head liberals in your chat saying dumb SHIT. Yeah, possibly, hey? Or dare I say, more likely. Rubber Kiwi again, as much as we would like to see a car crash or rage at the latest scandal, most people would prefer watching someone being happy and enjoying what they're doing. I hope so. Well, and at the end of the day, Rubber Kiwi, if they don't, there's plenty of that sort of content that you've just spoken about, eh? There's plenty of that sort of content where people can go and watch crashes and fights and blank and a whole bunch of rage stuff. They can easily just click off a place like mine or other places and go fill their boots with that other stuff. What's this? K9B7. Kia ora, bro. Shout out from Otaki. Shout out Otaki. Got a good friend there in the Otaki area. Actually, my dad lives in that area in Otaki, and one of the good men that I was working with at the reintegration space, Wu, we'll call him. I won't give his whole name away. He might not like me giving his whole name, but yeah, he's there in Otaki as well. So yeah, shout out Otaki. Yeah. Cheers, bro. I'll definitely send the email through to you. Cool. No worries. Awesome. Look forward to receiving it. Hopefully, I can help in some small way. No promises, though, bro. But if you think I can and you want to send a message through, then by all means. And then we can go from there, do a phone chat or video call or whatever it is that you want to do. Not recorded for content for my channel. I don't do that with people that I'm lucky enough to spend some time with, just so you know. But if you did want to have a video chat or a phone call, then we can definitely do that. So we'll see what happens after you send through your email. Appreciate you being here and stopping by. That was really all I was here to chat about on this video. Didn't realize that there were a handful of people in the chat. So shout out Rubber Kiwi, Poeticus, Jaron_E, Craig May, Anthony Goodman. I'll hear from you in due course. Rubber Kiwi, K9, B7, and Otaki. So yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. I'll let you crack on back with your day. And yeah, if you're new here, subscribe, or feel free to subscribe. You're invited to. If not, then I don't know. Thanks for sticking around anyway, and hopefully you get something out of it. And don't forget, in closing, shout out to the bro Joe Harawira and the waimanuka.co.nz team, New Zealand's premium non-alcoholic sparkling beverage, honey and lemon. Get you some free shipping anywhere across Aotearoa with discount code NZDF. November Zulu Delta Foxtrot. Look after yourselves, people. Okay, 16 here during the talk. Good stuff. Oh, wow, 16. That's awesome. Thank you very much, people, for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I am doing a live tonight at 1800 hours, a special one for special head, old hemorrhoid head. Hopefully he shows up. If he doesn't, well, it probably won't take that long. Or maybe we might just divert and go on to other things, but maybe we'll just probably cut that short. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. 1800 hours this evening, New Zealand time. Anybody wants to stop by and join in, or have a yap, or have a laugh at me thinking, talking to myself on the screen again. So anyway, look after yourselves. Like I said, thank you very much for your time and support, and I'll see yous, or you'll see me on the next one. Ka keeps peeps, and All Blacks tomorrow too. Maybe we'll chat about the All Blacks tonight. Dun, dun, in stream.